Ms. Aghabekian, thank you very much for your time. Is there any possibility of a lasting ceasefire in the Gaza Strip, and what major factors does it depend on?
I think we should always stay hopeful, because in the final analysis, civilians are dying by the day. Only yesterday, 25 children were burned to death, and it's enough of these atrocities. And the world should expend all effort that is needed to stop this war. We know it is stoppable. It just needs genuine intent to stop it. It's about time. We have had enough of destruction, and we cannot take this anymore. A genuine track must be started in terms of a political process that will put an end to this genocidal war in Gaza. And after putting an end to this genocidal war in Gaza, we need to take care of the immediate needs of the devastated population in Gaza, and then think about reconstruction of the Gaza Strip.
Sorry, I have a question. I want to know your opinion about this conference. How can it help Armenian to show our decision, our vision about peace agreement?
Peace agreement where?
Between Armenia and Azerbaijan.
I think this conference is extremely important because it brings policymakers, decision makers, politicians, diplomats from all over the world to discuss very vital issues. I think the peace agreement that is underway between Armenia and Azerbaijan can be replicated elsewhere. I think both countries have come to terms that the military route is a non-starter and will get nobody anywhere. To save lives and to save the integrity of the countries in general, I think peace should be the aim. War should not be the aim. Wars should stop, because wars can only bring destruction and death. So there's a lot to learn from Azerbaijan and Armenia. The way they have dealt with it, where they are today in terms of signing the agreement, I think that can be replicated elsewhere. But the intent should be a genuine intent on forging peace. Without that, there will be no peace. It will be a camouflage of peace. It could be any agreement. But you need an agreement that is sustainable.
How does Palestine see the resolution of the conflict with Israel?
The resolution of the conflict with Israel is enshrined in international law. International law tells us exactly what needs to be done when a country occupies another country, when a country violates all international law, when it violates UN resolutions. And Israel has been doing this for a long time, for some 7 decades. Israel today must be held to account. Held to account means whenever Israel is doing wrong, it should be told that it is doing wrong. And telling Israel that it is conducting wrongdoing is not anti-Semitic. It is just telling a state that is conducting wrongdoing that it is conducting wrongdoing. It could have been any other state than Israel, and the same should have been done with it. That should not be called anti-Semitic. Today, peace means respecting the integrity of the Palestinians, respecting the rights of the Palestinians, respecting that the Palestinians have conceded to 78% of historic Palestine to Israel, and they want to materialize their land on the 22%. The 22% has been recognized by 149 countries of the world, including Armenia. And we're very happy for that, and we expect that other countries will also be following suit in the near future.
Actually, my next question was about the Armenia's decision to recognize the State of Palestine. How do you assess it?
I think this was a very wise decision, because Armenia is complying with international law and the rights of people to self-determination, and it's only right to recognize the State of Palestine. This recognition is not symbolic. It is a very important recognition, because it tells the State of Israel that the world, most of it, recognizes the existence of the State of Palestine, and now it is time to materialize that state on the ground.
Ms. Aghabekian, how Israeli and Palestinian conflict affects the Armenian community in the region? What challenges Armenians face amid the conflict?
I think the conflict affects everybody in the region. The conflict, the occupation, the brutality makes it very difficult for people to live. And people want a better life, a better future for themselves and for their children. The occupation is a push factor, and it has pushed many people outside, including the Armenian community. The Armenian community has left in large numbers, whether it's in Syria, in Lebanon, in Palestine, and it will continue to leave because they want better opportunities elsewhere. Peace will keep people steadfast in their country. That's why we need to have this peace agreement today before tomorrow, so that we can preserve the ethnic groups wherever they are. Armenians are a very important group in Palestine. They have been prospering for a long time. They are contributors in many fields, and we would like them to stay and continue their contribution.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
As a diaspora in Armenia, we have a big community in Jerusalem, and they are also facing some challenges there. Are you in touch with someone in Jerusalem?
Yes.
What do you think about?
Yes, I follow up very closely what is happening to Armenians in Jerusalem. I have written 2 books on the matter, and it talks about the contribution of Armenians. It talks about how the Armenians safeguarded the Armenian quarter in 1948, and I'm very much concerned about the steadfastness of the Armenians. So we will do whatever it takes to help people steadfast in their land and to preserve the cultural heritage of Armenians in Palestine in general.
Now, what kind of role Armenians play in the conflict?
Armenians, generally speaking, Armenians are neutral, which is, the right thing to do. But we have some Armenian politicians. I mean, Armenians are in everything. They are in politics, they are in education, they're in health, they're in artisanship. Wherever you go, you will find Armenians. Their number is very low, but their contribution is very big.
Before peace treaty, there is a severe humanitarian crisis in the Gaza Strip. What opportunities do you see for addressing and resolving this crisis?
I think resolving this crisis means stopping the war. We need to continue raising our voices on stopping the war, because the issue in Palestine is not just a humanitarian crisis. The humanitarian crisis is a result of the continuing occupation and the continuing brutality. We need to stop the war so that people can breathe, so that we can start having rehabilitation for the people that have been devastated and move on.
And last question, please. Ms. Aghabekian, what role does the United States play in Gaza war? There are many opinions suggesting that Washington is increasingly critical of Israel's actions in Gaza, and that US and Israeli interests may be diverging. Can Palestine take advantage of this shift?
We all know that the USA has unwavering support to Israel. And whatever country has support to Israel, let them continue supporting Israel. But they cannot ignore the fact that another nation exists next to Israel, and that other nation's rights have been violated for a long time. If the United States or any other country that is supportive of Israel wants to have peace in the Middle East, they need to think of both countries, Palestine and Israel. They cannot continue about helping one whilst ignoring the other. Both go together, and we hope that very soon the United States starts putting the rights of the Palestinian people in the agenda.